Now it's 6:30 on WKYT this morning. We're tracking a crime alert in Lexington. Police right now looking for two men behind a robbery that's happened a few minutes ago.
We're tracking a traffic alert in Lexington. Crews will be repairing potholes on one of the city's busiest roads.
And find out why Dr. Phil made a trip to a Kentucky jail.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from the WKYT News team, and welcome in on this Wednesday. We're delighted you're along. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope your day is off to a fabulous start. We are midweek, which is great news.
Yeah, and good when you start talking about potholes, because that means we're starting to fix them and thinking spring, that kind of thing. But we have a little winter to go. It sounds like maybe even tonight into tomorrow. Meteorologist Micah Harris on duty in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, we're looking outside 20 degrees higher than where we were yesterday, just 24 hours ago. But it's still chilly. I mean, you're coming from 2, 3, 4 degrees, and there you are holding on to 23 this morning. Now, here's the deal. We'll actually rise to right around freezing this afternoon, which is pretty nice. And it's not too bad, and things look pretty good on the roadways, except for still some of those slick spots. But here comes the system. When you start to see temperatures rise each and every day, you know something's on the way. Not this morning. Just have some clouds overhead, and that's about it. Two systems to watch. One to the north of us. That's a little clipper that will come later on tomorrow afternoon. Before that, it's the big system down toward the south and southwest. We're going to be watching streaming right across the southern states and also the southeastern area of the United States. Now, for us, there's not much going on today. Clouds start to increase out ahead of that system. It's later on tonight and into tomorrow that we need to discuss. I'll show you the latest weather data has just come in just about 30 minutes ago. I'll show you what that's showing coming up.
All right, we hope it's encouraging. Look forward to it, and let's get to the news.
Well, it's really what we can term awful. Winter has made traveling tough for a lot of us, not just because of the ice and snow.
It got that way, didn't it? Late? All right, potholes, a real problem this winter, and especially right now. And if your car has been damaged by one, you may be able to bill the Commonwealth of Kentucky. WKYT's Victor Puente is live in Lexington, where crews will be making repairs today along New Circle Road. Hey, Victor, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. That pothole work will last all day and is focused on one stretch of New Circle Road. It's not the first pothole work that's been done since last week's snow and freezing temperatures. Yesterday, emergency pothole repair had to be done on I-75 in Grant County. Today's work will happen on New Circle Road between Versailles Road and Leestown. The outer loop will be patched in the morning, the inner loop during the afternoon and evening. This is being done by the State Road Department. If your car is damaged by a pothole on a state road, you may be able to file for reimbursement through the state's Board of Claims. That depends on if the pothole was reported and not repaired within a few days, which is why the board's director says reporting those problems is so important.
Because a pothole is generally only going to get bigger, or if there's off the side of the road problems, you certainly don't want to add a barrier to clean traffic.
Now that's a state job. Lexington Streets and Roads said they're focusing right now on getting all the snow off side roads and sidewalks, and once they've got that job done, they'll be turning their attention to potholes on city roads. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, Victor, thank you. And some urban county council members say it is time to think about changing Lexington's snow removal plan. More than a week later, many sidewalks and some side streets are still covered in snow. The original snow plan is nearly 30 years old, and some council members say it is not adequate for the amount of snow that we saw last week and recently.
The current plan we have may be adequate for just a few inches. But when you look at getting a foot of snow and people can't get out of their neighborhoods, and ice and rain and cold temperatures, all of that plays a factor.
The current plan also calls for fining people who don't shovel sidewalks in front of their homes and businesses. The council will review the current snow removal plan in a future work session. Meanwhile, dozens of school districts are closed or delayed again this morning throughout the state. You'll find a complete list at the bottom of our screen and on our website at WKYT.com.
Well, new this morning, Lexington police are looking for two men accused of robbing a Lexington gas station.
Happened just a little bit ago while we were on the air shortly before 6 o'clock this morning at the Marathon on New Circle at Russell Cave Road. Police say both men had their faces covered when they pulled a gun on the clerk and stole cash. A customer who had just left the store called 911. He said the robber spoke to him right before the crime.
He's like, you know what's up here, don't you? And at the time, I didn't notice the gun. And I'm like, I don't care what you're doing. And I turned around to walk away, and I seen the gun underneath his coat. And I knew what was happening then, and I just got in my truck like I hadn't noticed anything and went next door to Shell and called.
Police who are still at the scene say the robbers ran toward the Hollow Creek neighborhood when they left the store. Police are right now looking over surveillance video of the crime.
Well, new this morning in Lexington, a man is facing nearly 24 child sexual exploitation charges. 23-year-old Jordan Craig was arrested yesterday at his home on Monticello Boulevard. Police say he distributed more than 20 inappropriate files over Twitter. We're tracking a crime alert in Lexington. Police say two men wearing masks had a gun when they robbed the Dollar General on Bryan Station Road last night. The men got away with cash from the cash register.
Kentucky is getting attention from Dr. Phil. The television personality talked with Dalton Hayes, the teen who's accused of going on a crime spree with his 13-year-old girlfriend. Dr. Phil interviewed Hayes from jail in Grayson County. The 18-year-old and his girlfriend, Cheyenne Phillips, are accused of stealing cars and forging checks before police eventually caught up with them last month in Florida. That episode will be airing tomorrow. A Rowan County man is charged with murder months after a deadly crash. State police arrested Dale DeHart yesterday after he was indicted by a local grand jury. In October, police say he was driving when his car hit a tree on Big Perry Road. His passenger, 50-year-old Marilyn Russell, was flown to UK Hospital where she later died. Police have not said what they think led up to the crash. A Lexington hotel badly damaged by a natural gas explosion last year will be reopening soon. Managers of the Fairfield Inn in Beaumont expect that hotel to reopen by the end of March. Last September, firefighters say an explosion ripped through part of the building minutes after a car hit the hotel's natural gas meter. No one was seriously hurt. 15 people were hurt when a home exploded in Ocean County, New Jersey. Dashcam video from a police cruiser was recording when the home blew up. Stafford Township's mayor said about 75 homes in the area had to be evacuated after some complained of smelling a gas odor. The injured include 6 firefighters and 7 gas company employees.
Well, a state could raise height and age requirements for booster seats soon.
That bill would change the requirements that is now passed a House committee, so it's moving its way through the legislature. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk now with more on what this means for parents. Mark, how exactly could those requirements change here in the state?
Good morning, Bill. Under House Bill 315, children younger than 9 years old, between 40 inches and 57 inches tall, would be required to ride in a booster seat. Right now, state law requires children who are under 7 years old and between 40 inches to 50 inches tall to ride in a booster seat. House Bill 315 would obviously raise those requirements considerably. A committee cleared the bill yesterday. Supporters of the bill say every state that borders Kentucky has already changed the law to 57 inches. Democratic State Representative Steve Riggs says studies have shown that seatbelts do not fit children shorter than 57 inches. On the other side of the debate, opponents argue that booster seats are too expensive for some families and would make it hard for friends or relatives to provide transportation. House Bill 315 is now heading to the full House for a vote. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, if you missed the deadline to sign up for Kentucky's healthcare exchange, you are in luck. There will be a special enrollment period to sign up for Connect from March 2nd to April 30th. Bashir said the grace periods for Kentuckians who do not realize they would have to pay a tax of at least $325 for not having insurance in 2015. Dozens of soldiers are returning to Fort Campbell today. The Army post on the Kentucky-Tennessee line says about 100 soldiers are returning from West Africa. The soldiers provided humanitarian assistance and were among those sent to West Africa to help in the fight against Ebola.
A little delayed in getting back. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he now backs the effort of fellow Kentucky Senator Rand Paul to create a presidential caucus in the state in 2016. McConnell says he supports that proposal because it would allow Paul to run for president and for re-election to his Senate seat simultaneously. It'll be a change for Kentucky if that's approved. The Republican Party to consider it next month. Well, some Laurel County firefighters are rallying around a soldier after he lost his home in a fire.
Just a few days after returning home from serving his country, a fire destroyed the man's home on Waterwork Road in London. The firefighters who showed up to try and save the home say they were surprised when they found out the man was in the military. They say he broke down and started crying, thanking them for their help. The Laurel County Fire Department is asking donations, accepting donations rather, for him and his family. Well, a Northern Kentucky man is back from his amazing adventure, and tonight millions of people will be able to watch as he races around for a $1 million prize.
Kurt Belcher is a contestant on the new season of The Amazing Race. The 24-year-old is a pageant consultant from Pendleton County, went looking for adventure and love, and he and Bergen Olson from California are one of 5 blind dating teams competing against 6 couples on the hit reality TV show. The Amazing Race premieres tonight at 9:30 here on WKYT.
I love that dress.
It'll be interesting to see there. All right, so 6:41 is our time this morning.
All right, let's check to see what's happening out on the roads.
Let's go to Officer Don and check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. The problem we had on Richmond Road's been cleared, so all lanes are open. Tate's Creek approaching Armstrong Mill. A little bit of a slowdown there because of a stalled car. Shouldn't be a big deal getting past that. Let's get a look outside right now. We'll show you what's happening around Lexington. It's pretty quiet at the moment. With no collisions in the way, it's a decent ride in on Broadway and High Street. Waze map, nothing popping up on the north side as we check the circle, starting at Boardwalk over to Winchester Road. Everything in between is one cycle of the light to get to even the major intersections. Couple of stalled cars here and there, but for the most part, should be okay. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, Don, thank you so much. We can celebrate that we're in the 20s today, at least, not the single digits.
I guess that's good.
Next week may be warmer, so something to look forward to. 6:42 on WKYT this morning. A lot more news is on the way.
A massive snowstorm to our north with many families stuck inside, but one man found a creative way to pass the time. A look at his icy innovation next.
Looking across the way, we have mostly cloudy skies today and near freezing temperatures, which is actually not that bad considering where we have been, but that means something's on the way. We're watching this big system when it moves on, and I'll go over the latest timing and totals of the snow coming up.